Welcome. We have rethought the stone casting concept that Zelen has been learning and developing. Take a look at our We Fixed It post on our website, theempiresedge.com. Now, last time on The Empire's Edge, you realize that they're communicating some kind of information to each other that has nothing to do with this physical examination. There is a gargoyle up on the roof of a building, and you walk like right under where it is, keep on going, and it stays in its position, but it's definitely there.
Are you connected with the Druid Circle?
Are you still a dog?
No.
I thought I said you turned.
Wow.
He says these tokens are magically attuned to allow any person that holds one to get into the tower, into the servants area.
Man, what's in it for us?
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
really.
You get stability for Baron Fleetwood.
We also get, call it between 5 and 12 archmages not burning down where we live.
That's another good one.
Jacob, you see that there are a different set of tracks. You see that it's over top of one of the tracks that you guys made here just some hours ago. And it's big, and it's solid, and it looks like there's something large moving around down here. So, definitely dark, definitely ancient, and you believe, Jacob, something is moving around down here.
Gotcha. Do I get an idea based on the actual shape of the footprint? Can I gauge type of being, or
Roll a survival check, and we'll take that as like part of your tracking
Can you
abilities.
do your thing where you can tell if it's undead or...
I do my wiggle finger thing.
Yeah, so if it's close, yeah.
Zelen, Natalie's wiggling her fingers looking over at Victor Boris, and he's like, or taking to flight.
Got
Can I help you?
14
Do
on
you,
my survival.
Cure madness stuff?
Yeah, that's plenty high enough. You recognize this as not being a footprint like you've seen before, but it does match part of your memory. That you recall those like stone people that were curled up in like block form, and then from a distance you saw them repairing or reshaping that trench off to one side of.
They weren't bad. I mean, they didn't attack us. They were just trying to...
Well, they weren't programmed
They
to.
didn't try to take your head off.
Yours either.
We or at least I gauged in the middle of the battle. I even rolled like an insight to
perception,
see
yeah.
what they're doing. It's like, no, it was trying to kill you.
Yeah, it was actually gunning for you. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
they didn't attack us because we snuck around them.
We also
And
know that they're controlled by the wizards.
my sword may be magic, but it's still a sword. I'm not sure I want to fight a rock.
Yeah.
Is it moving towards us? What's it doing?
We just saw
you-
footprints.
You're just seeing footprints right now.
Oh, I
believe-
thought we
Does
saw
it have
something.
toes, or is it just like round?
Yeah, as I was saying, does it look like there's any sort of, like, does it look like it was a boot print, or does it look like anything else? It looks like the
it would be
foot
like
of
a bare footprint, but it's definitely not. It's too like regimented. It's too exact. The corners
Rectangular.
do. Yeah.
like a,
Um,
if it was
boxy,
a footprint
blocky.
made of stone. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Cool.
So, but you guys are, I
Or-
believe, still at the top.
Which direction are the toes pointing in?
Yeah. So at the top of the stairs, Jacob, as you with your 13 and you're like tracking back, looking at these when you pointed
14.
out. 14. That you recognize that it looks as though it came up the stairs, and I believe you're all still at the top of the stairs.
Yeah, I think we were looking over a balcony.
Yeah, looking over this,
Yeah.
this massive balcony area, and then the floor down below you. I believe you had determined walking through this
It
that
was a
last
map,
time
yeah.
that it seemed like it was a very large map. right?
Yeah.
So it looks as though something came up those stairs and then walked in different directions on the balcony. Do you take the few minutes to follow where it seems to be going?
Is it staying up here, or is it going down a set of stairs?
Well,
or?
you can tell that at a certain point there was another set of tracks that went back down the stairs. So you see that it's gone in both directions in the balcony, though you haven't pursued it. So it looks like it may have walked the perimeter of the balcony, maybe some other circuit up
Seems
here,
like it's got some kind of a patrol route.
and then
if
came
nothing
back
else.
down.
Oh yeah,
But-
I'd say sticking on this level probably first. Try like following it around the balcony.
Yeah, confirming that there's no hostiles behind us before we
Yeah.
go forward.
Okay, so that just following it to, we'll say, the left side of the balcony, that you just walk for a minute, maybe a little bit less than that, and it just gets to the edge of the balcony. So you're looking at the downstairs region, mostly in darkness, of course. Beyond, I think Boris has a torch. And Zelen produced flame, that you can not see into that area very well, but you're partially on the side of it. But then it does a turnaround. And you were passing its return tracks as you were going into it. And then when you get back to the very top of the stairs, it goes in the opposite direction just as far. So it seems to have gone no further than walking the balcony to where the balcony stops and terminated in wall, and then went went back downstairs.
Okay, so looking at these footprints, can I get an idea as far as not necessarily how recent these ones are, but how long this has been a patrol? Like if I see
that's a good
variations in
idea.
the footsteps, like this has been a patrol that's been happening for months, or
It looks like it's done this once.
oh,
And it
gosh.
also looks like just by how fresh they look in the dirt layer, the silt layer that's on this, that it looks as though it's happened very, very recently.
This has to be in response to when we were here earlier today.
Makes sense.
So let's go back to the top of the balcony, and you
Okay.
guys want to follow the ones downstairs?
Yeah,
Or
let's
do
take
you
the
want to
other.
just look? I mean, if it's on some kind of route, is there?
Listen might be a better
Oh,
idea
yeah.
Right,
given how
yeah.
dark it is, but
So as you guys
Yes,
get back to the
let's
top of the stairs,
perceive.
let's do two different things. One's going to be that perception, listening to determine if you can hear it moving.
And knowing that there might be something around here, we're going to do stealth as well, and I'll be assisting them
Okay,
with
so
their
roll the
rolls.
stealth first, and you're being assisted. That's advantage.
Yep.
Okay.
19 for me.
Okay.
So you get to roll that again. If you
Advantage
could roll
and
even
disadvantage cancel out, right?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Oh.
I got a 13
Yeah.
Sweet.
because I'm
I
in
got
armor.
a 17 plus 3, so I got a 20.
Nice.
Awesome.
And,
She one
and Jacob.
upped me.
Yeah.
Oh, no, I also got a 20. Never mind.
All right,
Okay.
so the party moving very, very,
all is
very
right.
stealthily. So you make a silent movement back to the top.
They're
of
moving
the,
very stealthily. I'm moving kind of stealthily.
and
13
you,
solid, but it's nowhere near a 20.
you get back to the top of the stairs, and now you're rolling perceptions as you're listening yourselves.
Ah,
Oh,
7.
12.
20.
Nice.
Whoa!
Unnatural 20. I rolled a 17.
Okay.
So Boris maybe whispers to the rest of the party, "I don't hear a thing.
Okay.
It is perfectly still and quiet down
All
here."
quiet.
And then the last one was an investigate,
Okay.
Oh,
investigation,
all right.
Hey, I did better on that one.
putting things together.
Hey, me too.
21.
Oh, nice.
Also 21. What'd you roll?
16.
I rolled a 19.
Oh, 15.
I rolled a 16 plus 3 is 19.
So with all those checks, those investigation checks, you're looking at it, and it looks familiar in a weird way too. As you're looking at it, because you see different markings that are already lining up in your head with things you recognize from Carn Keldley. It looks like this could be a map of Carn Keldley, but a really small or old or diminished Carn Keldley. But from this distance up here, it's difficult to tell what those individual signs or sigils mean from the top of the stairs.
An old map of Carn Keldley could be really,
That'd be really
helpful.
helpful, yeah.
Yeah. So we're already positive we haven't heard anything, so let's start walking down the
Yeah.
stairs. Still,
Well, I have a stealth spell. Do we want to use the stealth spell?
You guys
What
are
does it
probably moving
do?
pretty quietly right now, but yeah, what does it do?
It gives us stealth.
oh, well.
Well,
It's
proficient.
called Pass Without Trace.
Oh, okay.
That was that plus 10 one, right?
Yeah, plus 10. So it
To the
veil
stealth
of
check?
shadows and silence radiating from you, masking you and your companions from detection. It lasts for an hour. Concentration.
I think that was a perfect time to do that.
Each creature you choose within 30 feet of you has a plus 10 bonus to dexterity and can't be tracked except by magical means. A creature that receives this bonus leaves behind no tracks or other tracings of its passage. So nobody
Two
would.
Dexterity stealth checks, right?
You said dexterity
Yes.
based. Okay.
Yeah. Did I skip that part? Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just said dexterity.
great.
I'm like,
I'll take a plus 10 to dexterity.
How long does it last?
1 hour.
concentration.
Yeah.
Concentration.
Yeah, concentration.
All right.
So are you at the top of the stairs?
so
Are you
Do
casting
we
it?
want to
Yeah.
back out of the room to not cast a spell right here, just in case? Because I imagine you're going to have to say something, or we have to do if anyone's detecting magic or
Yeah.
any latent things like that. Yeah. So step back a little bit, just to like back into the foyer.
Yes,
just
we're
a
not
little
like on the balcony.
All right, so you're more in the hallway that you came from the door.
bit. Yes, and then
Okay.
she does a little hand wavy thing, just like
No,
that.
I cast it.
Yeah. And I can still aid you guys, so now you have both that plus 10
Once again,
and
we're
advantage.
calling on you guys. Donate us money so we can set up a camera for this, so you can actually see these
What
things.
she's
It's going to be
doing.
like one of those motion capture cameras where it's just going to be mounted to her head and just showing her constantly.
It says that it. Well, maybe it doesn't. It says
GoPro.
VSM, and
Oh,
I'm
all of
assuming
them.
one of them meant
Verbal,
that you had to
semantic.
move
Yeah,
around.
verbal,
so.
The
somatic
S1.
is gestural,
Yeah.
and then M
material.
is material.
Yep.
There
Okay.
you
So
go.
back in the room, getting all that done.
Okay, so that spell is cast, and now you're moving. I guess so. We're not gonna make you re-roll it. Just add that number. Is that what it worked? Add 10 to that check.
Well, were you going to use the same stealth for us going downstairs as well?
I thought so.
Oh,
Yeah.
right on.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right.
And then we don't leave any tracks. So if this thing is programmed to look for tracks, it won't find any.
That's neat.
Awesome.
So if it was actually aware enough, whatever this thing is, it sees tracks that got to the top of the stairs, moved around the balcony, and then disappeared.
Yep. Well, actually, went back into the hallway a little bit and then disappeared.
Yeah. Very cool. All right, so you're proceeding down the stairs, and I'll keep those perception checks up because I'd imagine Boris at the very least would have his head on a swivel.
Oh, definitely.
Oh yeah.
And in
I'd
that,
be shocked if Mr. Hunterman was also just like, floor here.
Yeah.
so
No.
what's our order walking down the stairs?
Boris, then the rest of them.
Would you want to go first, or would it make sense if I'm tracking the footsteps to go first?
Are we tracking the footsteps?
I think that's what we were following down here, right? Or I mean, if I pointed out where they are, he could probably see them and go down the same.
Yeah,
route
so you're
too,
just
right?
walking
Yeah.
parallel to them, walking back down the stairs.
Yeah.
Its tracks go right over his own tracks.
And also, a quick question:
Yes.
I received a ring of protection before we went to sleep, did we not? Or did I do that when we got here? I don't
You
remember.
did, but you haven't attuned to it yet. 'cause
Dang.
you need to
Okay.
wear it
I
for
remember
an
I got
hour.
that. I just don't remember. Did we sleep before or after that?
Even though it seems as though you've been wearing it for an entire week,
We did sleep
you
after.
haven't.
We did sleep after, but
I put it on when we got in here.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd have been fun.
All
So you
right,
do technically have a better armor class than me. Fine.
for now.
All
once you're down onto the main floor level and you're looking at it with these two different sources of light, in essence triangulating on different points, one of them stands out right away in this map floor-like mosaic. And it is, for you, Zelen, you pick up on what looks like a circle of trees.
So
And-
here's the old Druid Circle.
And you would probably identify that, being Garnsdale Park, that's right what that is. And then as you're looking at it, and maybe like brushing things aside with your feet, just like rubbing through different areas with your foot, just to see what's there. And this is all three of you. That proportional in a distance from that, you do get that there is, that's where Ark Palace is. And it's right where it should be. But the buildings don't look anything like what they do right now. It's just,
Okay.
like a small rendering in its mosaic. And then the next prominent point you saw from above, as you're, again, rubbing dirt aside, is what would be the Veda Library. What you see is a domed building that has 4 minarets. Very tight, very
Ooh.
narrow.
Oh, that is
all
so
around that
pointed.
dome.
Isn't that the description for the Veda Library?
Right. That actually, when you were at the Veda Library, it's almost like a Versailles-sized building, this massive thing with these towers that proportionally you could call them minarets by the proportion of the building. But they are. But it's
okay.
massive. The thing is huge.
Yeah, they are towers, but it's such a big building. Okay.
Right.
Oh,
Now,
thin by
I-
comparison?
Yeah, I
Okay.
get
you.
That makes sense.
And this one actually looks like how it was done. It'd be a much more humble building, and you would say they'd be true minarets. That
Okay.
they are very, very narrow, tall towers with this dome, and also just even in this mosaic on the floor, that the height of the minarets is taller to the dome, where the minaret-like towers in the current Veda Library are about the exact same size as the dome itself.
Huh.
So there's definitely
So it's like the library got
it's like
built
the library
over something
grew,
or,
or something.
knocked down.
So what about the Wizard's Tower? Can we see where that is? And can we tell by looking at this map where the old streets are? Because we might be actually standing
In an old street.
in an old street. Can we tell that by looking at this
Like
map?
this is the
Are
town
we,
square. That'd be kind of
or
cool.
are we on the level represented in this map? So then maybe we could get through the city down here.
Okay.
You hear 3 quick boom, boom, booms
Oh, dang it.
rolling it.
Oh, you asked a good question and he's punishing us.
Not punishment.
Yes, punishment, because we don't get XP for fighting things.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
And I'm going to remember all of my spells and abilities that I keep on forgetting about. Because, well, keep on. We haven't fought in a while.
You add your
we fought
dexterity.
last
to your-
week.
What do you add to an its?
Your
Dexterity.
dexterity modifier.
Dexterity adjustment.
Before that, we hadn't fought. I
That's-
forgot about things that I do. And I have my bow this time. Yes.
Nice. Yeah, just stay within 10 feet of me if you want bonuses to saving throws.
Ooh.
That's the thing.
Oh, I got a 10.
7.
Hey, me too.
Nice. What's
I
your
did
dexterity
the
modifier?
best.
3.
Yeah, you're going first. Mine's a +2.
Okay, so it's going to be the
Hey,
monster.
wait a minute. Does the dexterity 10 modifier thing,
What?
you know how the...
No,
This-
that's
Oh, is that-
dexterity stealth checks,
Yeah.
not a
Okay.
modifier to our dexterity.
So
Thank
again,
you for
so
understanding
the-
my language.
Was the
do what I
10
can.
Zelen?
The 10 was me.
10 was, okay, it was Jacob. Okay.
When you asked that question,
And
I got
then
really excited. I was like, I
Zelen.
hope that that's the case. That'd be
Right.
awesome.
All right, so the monster rolled a natural 20, but he's
Okay.
at -1 for his init.
Nice.
So
Natural 20
even
for a
a
-19.
-1 for a 19. At 19, he's attacking, and we're just going to roll a random to see who he's going to be
Which
working
angle he
on.
came from?
Yeah, to see who's he's punching out exactly. So 1, 2 is Zelen, 3, 4 is Jacob, and 5, 6 is Boris. And it is Zelen.
Oh, well, still not me. Yay.
Oh, yay. Zelen, what's your armor class?
Great question. 16.
Hits you
Ooh.
and hits you with
A weapon or
hearty
just
thing.
a
Oh, you're saying this guy?
Bald
Is it one of
fist.
the? Is it one of the?
It is a big, like 10-foot
wait.
tall looking
I have a
stone
thing
thing.
I can do. Shield.
Is it a reaction?
Yes.
Oh,
Nice.
I have a reaction.
Okay.
And it's called a shield.
So we
Wait a minute. Maybe it's just for magic missiles.
or is
Well,
it
what-
for ranged? Go ahead and read it.
what-
Read it out loud.
An invisible barrier of magical force appears and protects you until the start of your next turn. You have a +5 bonus to AC, including against the triggering attack, and you take no damage from magic missiles.
Yeah, no. So
so that works.
assuming you spend a spell slot to cast that, your armor class increases by 5.
So take
gonna
off the armor
cast
class. Yeah. Well, he rolled a 16,
which
So-
is exactly your armor class.
which
What? Yeah. So
Oh,
what's
no, a natural
what's-
16 or modified?
modified 16.
Oh, yeah.
What's your armor class?
16, but now I have a +5 bonus to AC. Isn't that armor class?
Yes.
Yeah.
So then that makes it 21.
So
now he didn't hit me anymore.
so
So
bang.
now,
Hits
so now
this
he hit
invisible
my magic
barrier.
shield. Ha 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 ha!
I want a magic shield. I'm jealous.
yeah, that
But like an actual like physical one. Or some
Okay.
full plate mail. That'd be sweet.
And it lasts one round. So if he hits me twice, he still doesn't hit me, right?
Well, it depends on second attack roll.
All right. So and it does get a second attack. So I'm going to roll that again to see
But I have a 21.
you now. So and that lasts for how long?
1 round.
One round.
One round. Okay. So let's see. If I roll a 1 and a 2 on this die again, then you have that massive armor class against it.
Oh, we can, oh.
And I do. I roll a 2 again to see who's attacking. So probably the best possible reaction. So I need to roll much larger. So here is a natural 20 coming up. And I rolled a natural 7. Ding dang it. So it misses.
It hits my shield. Does
You-
that
you
hurt
just
it?
dodged
Does it
that
like
one.
bounce back and hit itself then? Because it
No,
you know,
it doesn't
'cause
punch
wouldn't-
itself.
Well,
That's
you
not
know,
how- no,
it
that's
wouldn't
not how-
have expected it. I know, I get it.
That's
The
not how
answer is
the
no,
spell
but
works.
All right, Jacob, you're up at 10.
Awesome.
And again, this big, massive stone thing, like those things you saw way, way back near the Gate of the Ages, is animated in front of you.
so I guess there's
stone
no
moving.
sense trying to talk to it.
Gotcha. So we're all within melee range
Yeah,
of
you're
this
all within
thing?
melee range of this thing.
Gotcha.
So your saving throws roll up by 4 for small benefits.
That's
good.
great. But
Okay, but
I
What are you
yeah,
doing, Jacob?
I have to attack it somehow. But if we're in melee, then I'm taking disadvantage with my bow. How close is it to us?
I would figure within 5 feet of each of you because
Okay.
you're all
It
no
does-
one
it
said
doesn't
you were
have, like,
spreading out. You were right there
reach
looking
or
at it
anything?
together. And
Okay, then I will actually use my sword, and I will use that first to attack it. So slashing at it.
okay,
Bonus action, casting Hunter's Mark. Didn't forget
yay.
to do an extra D6 of damage to him. And is he, for whatever reason, below his hit point maximum?
He is not.
All right, natural 7, 17.
He has a 17 natural armor class.
Yes.
Yeah, so he's about to be below his maximum.
Oh, that's fantastic. And that is a D8 for that, and a D6 for Hunter's Mark. Ooh, that's actually really good. 9 plus 8, 17 points of damage.
Taken.
Nice. And second swing. Oh, natural 19, almost a 20, for 29. High numbers.
But now it's lower than it's.
And-
Okay.
Yep. Oh, so that's the extra D8. Thank you for saying that. There we go. That's the dice I need. 3 plus 2, 5, 10 plus 18. 18.
So a minute ago, when you said you said 29, I thought that was your next damage. I was like, oh, that's it. Yeah, hit. Very, very much hit.
Just like you were saying before we started recording, I wish I could roll a D20 for my damage die.
Yeah, though I saw you holding that D12, and I'm like, man, when did his knife turn into a great axe?
Yeah.
Nice.
And we were talking about uses of the D12 earlier too. And I'm like, I'm not a barbarian. Do I need this?
No.
Okay, so either
Great axe.
Zelen or Boris at 7.
Like, you had the higher
Zelen
dex.
because she has a higher dexterity modifier.
Okay. So I want to cast lightning bolt, but are you guys outside of 5 feet from me because it's 5 feet wide?
Call lightning.
Oh, yeah.
It says lightning bolt.
No, she has lightning bolt now.
Oh, she got both.
Oh.
Yeah.
Haha. Egg on your face.
It's a stroke of lightning forming a line 100 feet long and 5 feet wide, blasts out from you in a direction you choose.
Most likely you'll be catching the other people in it. At that 5 feet wide, if you even brought it straight down onto
Go
this
ahead,
thing,
Quill. I can take it.
You will be hitting the rest of you.
I thought it came straight out from me, not down.
Yeah, no, it's out, not down.
But is it straight out, like, is it like a cone for like the first 5 feet or just immediately 5 feet
It's
wide?
immediately 5 feet wide. So I
Yeah.
guess everyone but you, that will definitely be catching the other two guys in that 5 feet wide.
Okay. I didn't realize we were that close together. And
That's why I'm swinging with a sword right now, because if I tried to fire my bow at it, I'd be firing at disadvantage, which is not very advantageous.
I'm
Well,
gonna-
we're getting bonuses on saving throws to take half damage.
Well, instead I could do a Scorching Ray. You create 3 lines of fire and hurl them at targets within range. You can hurl them at one target or several.
Yeah.
That's a ranged attack. You'll
Oh.
be at disadvantage.
That's the downside.
Because you're so close to it.
You could also do what I was thinking about doing, where if you don't want to attack right now, you could take a disengage action and back up, so that way you could start sitting at a distance to attack him next round.
Like from the stairs or something.
Would that be better?
It would be smart. It would get you out of the
Yeah.
potentially getting hit range.
Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, so remind me, disengaging, does that provoke any actions of
You're spending your
attacks
whole
of
action to
opportunity?
not provoke.
Right.
Okay,
that's the whole
so
point.
you're doing that, and so then so you're saying it, Zell, and what are you heading for to disengage, and how much of your 30-foot movement are you doing?
I want to do the full movement. So do I have to be
She's like, see ya!
do I have to be 120 feet back if I have, because moonbeam range is 120 feet.
That's
That's how
maximum.
far you can
That's
cast
the
it.
maximum range.
Oh.
And itself
So-
has a radius of like 20 feet.
So what I'd like to do is move back far enough that I can do range attacks, but still be within 10 feet of Boris. So I want to rearrange myself. Maybe I get out from the middle of the two of them and shift to the
She could just put
to
herself
one
on the other side of Boris. So
Okay, I'll just make a cardinal direction to see if Boris is toward the stairs, if he's just in some other direction. So, like 2 o'clock from me. So that's out into the room in a direction. That's not at the stairs. It's just out into the room.
Okay.
So you're moving just 10 feet from him. So you're about 15 feet from the monster.
Right.
it's a good place to be.
And then that way I'm still within his range of protection, but it gives me a better chance to do things that won't hurt them.
Yeah.
Okay, you've positioned
Right.
yourself just that way. And I would imagine you're making subtle movements as, combat's not static. If Boris is moving, you're trying to
Sure,
rotate
yeah.
with him and move. Okay, great. So that was it. 7, Boris.
All right. I am attacking. So first attack roll. It's a 17.
And that's exactly what he has an arm class of 17.
Hey.
Yeah, so well done.
Love having big pluses because that was low. I'm just gonna roll the second attack while I'm here.
All right.
Yeah, it's an 11 for an unnatural 20.
Definitely hit.
All right.
Now, do you get any advantage because you did Hunter's Mark?
No, that's just me.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to expend a second level spell slot with both of those though because
All right.
I feel smitey. Could I borrow? 3d10 or 3d8.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Yeah, that's.
some of those are D10s. I didn't know what you're going to ask for, so I just bought you random dice.
Thank you. That's also d10. Thank you. All right.
Sounds big.
Yeah, it feels good. I love rolling lots of dice.
Hey, mine did pretty good.
Let's see. That's 9 slashing and 13 radiant for the first. And then...
Do it again.
No, I'm going to roll a whole mess of 8s. It's going to be beautiful.
Yahtzee!
That's 13 slashing and 9 radiant.
My dice gave you 7 both times.
Or the second I was looking at something. What was the total?
13 slashing and 9 radiant.
So the same amount again?
Yep.
Huh.
Apparently.
Crazy. All right, doing math. All right, yeah, big stompy hits. But
I technically
again,
have bonus actions, but nothing I want to
it
cast.
doesn't react in any particular way. So
It's a rock. I wasn't expecting it to.
That's right. It doesn't even say ow. So it is up 1, 2, 3, Jacob, 4, 5, 6.
So when I
Boris.
hold, that means I can't do anything else.
Yeah, you spent your
you
action so that way it didn't
disengaged.
attack you.
Got it. Okay.
Jacob.
I can take it.
All right, so armor class.
19.
Gee.
Dex boy.
Yeah. First one. Roll, he hits you
Oh, no.
with a 22.
Aw.
That would have hit me. Too, so
Rude.
I'm not gonna touch.
And you take 14 points of damage.
Ouch.
And second attack on you, Jacob. Well, actually, I re-rolled this. Okay, this could be Boris, but it's not. It is Jacob again. And
Thanks for the
his
false hope.
second- right, I think though at 15
I thought that was my job. Well,
misses
paladin.
you.
That is a miss.
Jacob,
Neener. Oh.
do you literally say neener neener?
Yes, I say neener. It's a free
As
action.
I think you should.
I make there's intimidation check.
No, you cast vicious mockery.
Exactly. I'm going to we're just going sword since I'm right here and I've already cast the spell and I'm right next to him. Slashing him once. Natural 20.
Oh, well done.
Oh yes. Can I borrow a D4?
Yeah.
Ooh, it feels nice asking for a. All right, and then it is below its hit point maximum, and I cast Hunter's Mark on it for the extra D6. I'm rolling the same number of dice as you, except they're significantly less impressive. Ooh, a 4 and a 3 on those. So there's 10 plus 7 plus 8.
Gee,
What is that? 25.
yeah.
Nice.
Gee
Ooh.
whiz. Wow, that was huge hit.
That was actually just.
And
that
that's
was
with your teeny little sword. That was,
Violet's
that was
dagger.
Violet's dagger, yeah.
All right, and second attack.
You get another one?
I do 22 to hit.
Definitely hits.
All right, and that's not a critical hit, so you can have your D4 back. Thank you.
you.
And roll that. Ooh, that is really good. That's 11 plus 4, 15 plus 8, 23 points of damage.
Nice.
Those were some fantastic hits.
Fabulous.
Brutal.
Oh man, that was
Have we made gravel yet?
yeah,
Getting close to gravel.
that was somewhere close to 50 points of damage. I
We
feel
made
rather
gravel
proud.
with swords.
yeah, that was 2 off of 50. Yeah.
Oh,
You
man.
just did 48 points of damage.
I feel powerful.
All right, so then it's
My turn.
Zelen. And also, Zelen, as you're like that little bit removed from the immediate sounds of the fight, even though it's 15 feet away, roll a perception as you're doing whatever attack measure you're about to do.
Okay. To hear the other guy that's right behind her.
Oh,
God.
She went towards the room, not the stairs.
Oh, it's true.
11.
Okay, what's your action? What's your attack action?
I have positioned myself so now that I can use lightning bolt.
Oh,
Right?
I think it still has.
You'll
the
still
five-
just
Yeah,
electrocute us.
You'll still, it'll zap right past.
Why?
You could take a move action, but you wouldn't be within 10 feet of. Well, you might not be within 10 feet of me.
Because it's still the width around the bolt. Picture the bolt being like a tube. The tube is too big to not get at least Boris and maybe even Jacob in that tube.
All right. Well, what about the Scorching Ray?
Well, before we
I forget.
abandon
I think Scorching Ray.
before,
you didn't do
before
that.
we abandon lightning bolt,
Yeah.
you could still just circle to the side.
Oh, that's true.
oh, I thought I
you-
couldn't move and cast.
Oh, no, you can do both. Yeah.
Last time you disengaged, which is an action that prevents you from being punched by the thing.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I would like to do is position myself quickly so that I could cast lightning bolt at it
Yeah. That just gives you a
without hitting my friends.
line of sight on the golem.
It does have the potential of catching other things on fire.
Yeah, as long as it's not catching me on fire, I don't care.
right.
So do I have to roll anything to be able to do that?
It's a ranged spell attack.
You have the window. You can move enough. I just
Okay.
rolled a percentile that it would be able to be done, and it is. So cast.
Yeah,
Or
so
is
then
it-
it's
is it-
just
is it
so
li-
then it's just per lightning.
Is it lightning bolt?
She's
Oh,
casting
so that one's dexterity from you.
dexterity save on my guy's part, right? Yeah, which is probably his worst.
And you have a pretty good DC, don't you?
Each creature in the line must make a dexterity saving throw.
Yep. So what's your DC? Is like 18?
Spellcasting
No.
DC?
No, your spell
Yeah,
save
spell-
DC.
Spell save DC is a 16.
16. Okay.
Coming up, rolling a 17 at the very least.
Natural
Nope.
1.
I rolled a 15, but he's at -1.
Nice.
So
Okay, so then
14.
it's bad for him.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Lots of D6s.
Yeah, a creature takes 8d6.
Here's 2 from me.
Is that the square one?
Yes.
yeah,
Here's 1 from Victor. All right. There's you have another one in that box there.
do you
how
need
many do
more?
you have
How
now?
many
Oh,
then?
that's 2, 4. I need one more.
One more.
Hate to hurt your monster.
How much do you have?
I
You
have
got 8 of them?
8.
Nice. That's only 6. That's only 66.
Oh, wait a minute. I have 8d6.
Yeah,
2, 4, 6. I need more.
I was gonna say that sounded a bit light to my ears.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's impressive. Her
can't
eyes
roll
are more terrifying than the roll.
I don't
Wow,
know.
look at all those numbers.
The sound effects are pretty real.
Yeah.
So that's 12,
3 sixes, okay.
18,
And a 5. You got a 5 over here.
Yep. 31 points of damage.
Dang.
Nice.
And with that one, yes,
We made gravel.
you made gravel. It's
With
at
swords and lightning.
Not that it matters in this game, but it's at -16.
Jeez.
Zelen, as that shattering is happening, you hear a bump, bump,
Dang
and
it.
you take a hit for 8 points of damage.
I didn't hear an attack roll.
Was it the
Yeah,
same?
rolled it while she was
Was it
rolling
the
her
same
stuff.
kind of common bump bump like it's another
Yeah.
one of these things?
Right.
Can I spin around and do another
On
thing?
your
Uh,
next turn.
No.
Well, it's
Oh.
it's right on you, and its second attack misses you. But yes, so this thing just disintegrated into gravel-like stuff, and as it blows all that apart, your zone's blown all that apart. Another one has come out of the darkness from that direction and has hit her. Honestly, for kind of relatively minor damage.
That's because I scared it so bad when I blew up the other one.
Must have been.
This is true.
Well, you scared the other one a lot, so I guess we just stick. It's still part of that last combat. We stick with our nits, so we'll
Fine with
stick
me.
with those.
Yeah, that works.
So Jacob.
I think
no.
Boris skipped him.
Yeah.
Oh, all right,
So moving to engage.
gotcha.
Um.
That was a monster between y'all.
Yeah. And first attack. Yeah, I don't think that hit. 13.
Correct. Did not hit.
Natural
that
20.
makes up for it.
That one
And
does.
I will expend a first level slot to smite because I ate all my second level
You
slots.
said D8s, right?
Yes.
There you go.
That's smite and the crit. Thank you.
Another
Don't you love
D8 plus 8.
You love participating to fight against your own
This is
monsters.
so
So
much fun.
lending dice left and right.
Okay, so that's another 13 slashing and 11 radiant.
Very
Wow,
nice.
That was a very good one.
Thank you.
Okay. We're doing wonderful
And
things.
That's my shindig.
All right, just doing the math. Okay, great. He goes bloop into my coffee. You may have that back now. Boris, now Jacob.
All right. I am.
So as you're reorienting, you turn toward that one where she was just that distance. And I guess really, Boris, you would probably have had to have closed made 5 or 10 feet of your movement.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
To get
I
to it
said
and then attack.
I said I moved to
Yeah,
engage
yeah,
and
exactly.
then
So-
attack.
so
I'm
the
loving this
same.
because I'm at a distance now. I'm pulling out bow and firing an owl-fletched arrow.
Hey, you said it correctly.
Thank you. I was thinking it the entire time. I'm like, I'm not going to mess it up. I'm not going to mess it up. For a 18 to hit.
Wait, owl fletched, isn't it an owl feather fletched?
Owl feather fletch, but still. At least I didn't say
Wait.
like an owl fletched feather.
What'd you roll?
18 to hit.
Hits, yeah,
All right,
by
so that's-
1 extra. Excellent.
Ooh, okay, so that is a D8 plus
it's
a D8
below its
plus
hit
a
points
D6.
maximum.
Yep. Okay, 9, 14 plus 20 points of damage.
Wow, nice.
And the
Nice.
second arrow
Has
I hit
advantage.
with advantage. Another
Very cool.
owl fletched, so that way whoever takes a shot on him next can have advantage too.
Nice.
28 to hit.
Yeah, most definitely. My gosh.
Nice.
You could have hit him and his big brother.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. 2
I
sixes
hope he
on the
doesn't have a
D8,
big
so that's
brother.
12 plus 2 is 14 plus... Oh, 20 points of damage again.
Wow. 40 points? Was that or 42?
40.
Yeah, 40. I did 20 both
points of
times.
damage.
Yeah, that's why I don't worry about suggesting things to the DM because the DM can always have terrible ideas all on their own.
Yeah, massive, massive hit.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's the monster, then Zelen.
Oh, she went before it last time.
Oh, I'm sorry. Zelen
Yeah.
and the monster. I drew my arrow in the wrong spot. Zelen, you're up.
Can I position myself to cast lightning bolt at this one?
You would have to, again,
Disengage.
use your whole round to disengage.
Well, actually...
Well, do you still have, you can't do lightning bolt. You have that once, right? That's
Do I?
from the wizard that you have the ability to
She
cast
can
one
prepare
spell.
the spell. She can cast as many times as she has spell slots at that level.
Oh.
Again.
That's what I thought too.
Oh, my bad. Go ahead.
Okay, but in order to do that, I'd have to disengage.
Depends upon whether or not I am within 5 feet of you.
Oh.
Am I within?
Yeah, you're all, she was right by it. You ran over to her.
Hit it!
Okay, so with lightning bolt?
Yes.
Yeah, he'll take the damage. He's willing to do it. So it's
Okay, okay, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Immediate suppression.
Rain fire!
Can
Put
I-
our soldiers! Do it!
just... Can I make a request that the advantage I have on him is disadvantage for his attack, for his reflex save? Dang it.
All right, so,
All right.
Especially
so,
with those like saves don't exist.
and what was that a 16 was my save?
I think so. That was a DC.
Yes.
Okay, so rolling.
Ooh. Nice.
I fail.
I got a natural 17 with a +7 for a total of
I have all
Oh, you need all those D6s again, don't you?
24.
Here's- Wait, yeah.
How many you got there? You don't have 2 in your hand over there? Oh,
I
he's
need
got...
8.
Here.
She wanted them from us.
I guess
I
so. She didn't want to. I was just so rejected. I'm holding my hand out with dice in my hand. I don't want those. That is a lot of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There's lots, like 3 4s that time, 2 5s, yeah.
10, 22, 29 points of damage, right?
It looks like
My math?
27. 12, 22, 24, 26, 27.
Okay. Nice. Very, very nice hit.
All right. Yeah.
So again, so he's not
Green and
turned
white.
to instant gravel, but he is definitely
and I
diminished.
take half damage, you said?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I think round down, right?
Yeah,
13.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, right there.
Sorry.
I'm at 53 of 66. I'm golden.
He told you to do it.
You told me to.
The only hit I've taken in this fight has been friendly fire.
All right.
All right. And now we're determining if this is going. Well, I guess it has to be Boris, because Zelen. No, you're right there too.
yeah.
Zelen
Yeah.
or Boris. So Zelen's the 1, 2, 3.
Should be Boris because Boris has got the better armor class.
Yeah, but it's like.
Yeah, who does it hate more in this moment? The guy who smacked it twice, the one that would...
It doesn't hate. It's non-sentient.
This is true.
It's a rock.
Well,
Who's it
someone's
going
controlling
after?
it.
Boris, you said your arm class is 17?
Boris.
I said it's 20.
Oh. I must have misheard.
His is 17 with the monster.
Right. And it rolls a 17 and misses you.
Nice.
Would have hit itself.
We're not going to
Consolation.
play that game again. And misses with both of them.
Oh man.
No, I just love it. It's like no matter when you attack me or with what, it's usually a miss.
It's amazing how often that happens. So,
Yeah.
Boris, you're up.
Enjoy your advantage.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, advantage from the arrow.
Are you smiting again?
I've got spell slots, so yeah. Let's see. Then probably
That's good.
hit. Yeah, going with the unnatural 20. Thank you. Expending a first level spell slot to smite. Nice. Math. 15 slashing and 13 radiant.
There you go.
Let's do the same thing all over again. Yeah, that's a natural 18 for a 27 versus
Hits.
armor class.
Jeez.
Yeah. And another spell slot.
Oh man.
Yeah, so that's not quite as good, but still pretty solid. That's 13 slashing and 12 radiant.
It is at -2.
Nice.
Destroy.
Wow.
Destroy.
Nice.
It was at 51 at the start of your attack.
Awesome.
Nice.
It seems like
Can
one
I
more,
take
one
a
more
listen
turn.
to hear if I hear another one?
Roll it.
Here if I see anything.
I've got a
Natural 20.
Your senses are confused.
Doesn't
but
matter what you got.
unnatural 20.
Yeah, so it, apart from the sounds of like the gravel still falling to the floor, it is silent once again. Your own breathing, but it
And I've still
seems
got
as
a
though there's
first level
nothing
spell
else
slot.
here right now.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, that was amazing. Again, it is startling how stompy you guys have been.
Action economy. Players are...
We are just
sorry, DM flashback.
Yeah. We are a force to be reckoned
Okay,
with.
so
That's
but I
fantastic.
rolled a natural 20. Is there anything else that I can pick up on? Like, why were they down here guarding? Can I sense, like, is someone crying that we killed their guardians? I mean, can I get anything else out of a natural 20 perception roll?
If there's nothing to hear, there's nothing to
Yeah,
hear.
so
But maybe it's not just hearing. Maybe I can smell something or just feel it in
I
the wind.
take an
or-
action to heal myself the 13 points I
Okay.
took.
Yeah, so to be very, very specific, so Zealot, as you're really just calming and getting still in that moment again, the place, it does feel empty. It does feel like it's a hollow place. It's a place that's not been lived in for a long, long time, that you would imagine these things are programmed to come alive under certain, situations, and that criteria was met. But as you're allowing all of your senses to experience and not just the listening to this, it is an absolute void at this portion, at this time rather, apart from the residuals of if there is that kind of an ozone smell from your lightning, if it even does that, the searing of different things. Definitely some of Boris's clothing might be a little scorched right now.
Some of Boris is a little scorched right now.
That's what you smell.
So there's that too. But when it comes to anything else that you perceive is sentient or semi-sentient or pre-programmed, you believe that this place is truly empty now.
So that's interesting because so I'm going to share that with you guys that it feels totally void. That even in a cave, you're still going to feel life. You're still going to hear scurrying. You're still going to feel
Well,
it.
it depends
There's-
on the cave.
There's nothing down here.
Now, the thing that worries me about that, though, is these things are statues unless they're being, like,
Triggered.
used or operated. So there could be more in here. They're just not operational at the moment. Like, they could just come through the wall or come down this alleyway again. That's
Well, and it-
terrifying.
Keep an
Yeah.
arrow knocked.
Yeah.
And there's a reason why they were down here. They're down here to protect something. So I think people either know where these streets go and they're protecting where these streets go.
I don't think we're on a street. I think we're in the ruins of something's house.
Right. Yeah, I agree. But I think it's connected to, the map would indicate that these things, I wonder if we can figure out looking on the map where we're standing.
We were doing that right before we got our
Yeah, do you
Let's
recall the
kick.
question you just asked a moment ago before the battle happened?
Oh, I asked a really good question. What was it?
You asked, like, can we find the house we're in right now?
No, you asked if you could find the Razia Tower.
That's what I ask again. So here's what I'm curious about. The Razia Tower, I remember what I was curious about. The Razia Tower, can we identify it on here so then, we could really kind of locate ourselves? And can we see streets? Is this a map that just indicates this is a major home, this is a major landmark, or
Site.
does it give streets so that we could use this to get around below the street level up
And
above?
while we're doing it too, like, let's think about the other places that we visited while we're here too. Like, look for the house Zolotus as well. Just like get an idea about everywhere we've
What
seen
was
so
the
far.
house where we just had the big fight that we blew the wall out?
Zolotus.
Oh, it was. It was
Yeah, that was
okay.
Zolotus.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and then now we're under a Strom holding, or rather, we broke into a Strom holding.
Yeah.
So we could also look at the Roth house to see if there's anything interesting about that. While she's looking in the map,
Figure out
though,
who those silvers belong to.
yeah. Ooh. While she's looking at that map, though, I think I do want to venture not too far, but just look down the hallway that this other golem came up. I'll probably ask Boris just to split the difference between us. Or
Okay, so that's
Keep watch.
a lot of stuff people are asking. So let's try to get these in the order that they're there. So while you're still all at the map and you're looking at it, that you can locate, and you do see a symbol that looks like a family symbol, but it looks like it's been partially obscured, but it is in the right location in relation to Garnsdale Park. It's right above where that park would be, that you believe would be the Razia Tower.
Purposely obscured, like somebody dug at it, or just over
It
time?
looks like somebody took a chisel and started chiseling at it. Like whatever it was, it's been a not thing.
Is there
by that identifier now?
With that, was there like a socket that there might have been a gem there, like with the map under the Zolotus
No,
house?
this actually looks like the whole thing was done like a mosaic as the little stones are put into the floor.
So it's
and somebody went
deliberate
like
vandalism.
bam, bam, you deliberate vandalism in that particular spot. But you can see enough of it to note that there is a structure, on the mosaic of the map that was right there. It wouldn't take more than a moment, but you see that there is a scroll-like device that is on the stair side of the map. And with just a little bit of like brushing stuff aside, you believe you might be able to make out the words, though they are apparently what you're seeing seems to be in Kremlin. But you can see that the word that you've seen probably in a couple of places now, it says we, like the pronoun we.
Yeah, I thought we had gotten to the point where we could just read it.
Right.
So yeah, I'll kind of having my attention between guarding and clearing that away. I want to see, there could be a message pertaining to something useful there.
I agree.
So as you do that, you're brushing stuff aside, or like you're using part of your cape just to bash on the ground right there to knock the dirt away. It reads in Kremlin, "We guard the memories," and it is written as though it would be like a household motto in this stylized scroll. Oh, and go ahead and roll your
that is very interesting.
roll your siegecraft.
Yeah,
to
we'll
make
do.
a determination of.
As I do that, something I'm wondering about. Remember with what Violet was talking about, that as the city's collapsing, the Sarntar Azul was collapsing, in population, that people just like left.
Right.
Could Karnkeldi have initially been founded by, refugees from Sarntar Azul?
That's interesting.
Yeah.
That could explain a lot of the connections that we're running into.
Honestly, styles of architecture and whatnot.
And
yeah.
the mural that we saw in the Zolotus house.
Yeah. You said siegecraft?
Yes, sir.
How's a 17?
Yeah, more than sufficient.
Thank you.
That there is a symbol that would look like, for you to look at it, you would say that it has the hatching, that the background of this shield device would be gulls, that is red. Right. And there are two axes that are crossed, and that is beneath a crown. And that seems to be the symbol. So from your own check just now, you recognize that as being from the House Strom, one of those original houses.
Oh, so this is a very old Strom holding that's been since at least partially abandoned.
Which is what you were speculating before when you first got to
You mean
got to
where
the
we're
door.
standing right now
Yes.
is an old Strom holding that...
Well, we broke into a Strom holding.
Right.
But now it seems like it might have been the original Strom holding and it just got buried and
So
forgotten.
Got
that's why this was the way that we got out of the Undercity, is because this building also exists on the other city. They just built a new front door when the roads got higher.
In
Right.
essence.
Can we see
Why the
can we see
golem
on the
things were
map
here,
like
too.
how things connect? Like, could we use this map that we're looking on right now to be able to navigate the Undercity?
You think in the future when you're making checks that would be doing just that, that it would, if you took some time to try to study the map and you're supporting each other in your knowledge, that
and
it
a
could
certain
give you,
somebody who's obsessed with map making redoes the map.
Wish we had
or
one
do
of
that
those.
too. But you would have advantage on doing just that if you took some time to study the map.
Can I tell if the house where we're staying in has access? Like the house we're staying in, does it
Oh, the Roth house?
The Roth house, does it appear to be over an older building that maybe if we could get down into the Roth house, we could access the Undercity without even having to leave the house?
So as you're looking at the map and you're trying to figure, okay, this street here, and you're doing cross-section, you guys are talking to each other, it probably takes a little bit of time, and you're like, Jacob, what about right here? And you figure and you go and you look, you can see that there is what you would believe, that house is probably Roth House.
Oh, that's
Not just
great.
on
But
top
you're
of it,
not positive.
Oh.
But the sigil that's above it, and again, you've all recognized this point, the symbol above that identifies Roth House as being Roth House is what you would think is a steel cloud.
No! No.
Did the episode just end? Because that felt like the episode just ended. Oh my gosh, that is so cool. Okay, we need to find another either exit out of this place or maybe more of those golem things, because that either means that they came in a back door, they were already here, or they are also moving around in the Undercity that we are hoping to also utilize. So we need to figure out how these things got in here.
Yes, yeah.
I'm also wondering then if, what's his name, the guy that brought us through, if he's a Strom man or if there's some kind of undermining of Strom House.
Yeah.
Now, from what you could tell, from this point, going up the stairs and out, everything is blocked off, collapsed, caved in, or sealed up. That there was no way, like one level up, to get into the house that's above you. So if there are other passages on the level you're currently on, the bottom of the stairs, that could lead to other points in the city, it just seems weird that you can't get into the oldest portions of Strom House from the house that is still owned by the Strom family that's above it.
They might have sealed off their house from what's down here.
Well, let's. Are we done looking at the map, or is there any other locations you want to look at?
I mean, there's nothing that says like there's Sapanov's mission or anything, is there?
Yeah, no, the only
Written on
Mission
like
house.
a big old sign.
the only indicator we have is the discrepancy between the Veda library as we know it and as it's depicted here.
We were already suspicious about that too. So
Roll an investigation again.
okay, ooh, that's better.
3, take it or leave it.
1, take it or leave it.
15.
I rolled on that one too.
Shoo, Jacob, you have been filing away information, your own cartographer, interest, function of your brain, and between what you recall, like if you recall over at Zalatis, that the floor there was a map, but you guys didn't have enough time to study it, but you saw little bits through it. But then the actual location, how that room was set up, that you're in a locale, that when you were in what seemed to have been a tomb room there, numerous sources, also even when you guys were up in Izango's tower and we're trying to focus and center in on different areas of the city, that it's like there's an image in your brain of a particular part of skyline, of a particular intersection of street, and it goes back to what Zelen said a few minutes ago. Can I even recognize a street on this, how these things are? And you do recognize on this map what must be Spring Street, like that one of the major thoroughfares that run, south to north, from Garnsdale Park, running toward the gate. And you're looking at it, and if Shapana's mission was something that's a real thing at this older time of the city, that the indicators would almost be that that Shapanov's mission is in some way connected to the Veda library, that there is something about how the map is lining up that it looks like they could be very close to each other.
Okay, so I point that out too, just like the little nuances.
Yeah, so we're just getting more supporting evidence that we need to not only take out Razia Tower, but then we need to lay siege to the Veda library or something.
It makes sense why they're protecting the Veda. If they have any hint of what's in there, it makes sense why they're protecting it.
That'll help us later too, because we were already planning on when we storm the Razia Tower, we would make our distraction at the Veda library. We can see how they're going to how they respond to an attack there, so we know what to expect later.
I forgot. I wanted to explain to you guys my plan with what I was talking to Cormac about in the meeting 10 minutes ago. Those Umber Hulks are capable tunnelers. That's why I was bringing them up. I was hoping to you'd be able to contract them or contract their handler. I'm not sure how intelligent they are.
Well, I saw you reaching for your weapon.
Yeah, so they have some degree of responsiveness, but you can train dogs to do different things. So remains to be seen. But what I was thinking best distraction would be that they tunnel under and essentially sap one of the towers for Veda Library. That's what I was picturing to Cormac. That
would be awesome.
Essentially crushing one of the towers of the library. What else would draw their attention better? But with that, I also wanted to maneuver, a team of them under Razia Tower. I don't trust Cormac. I don't think he'll hold to his word the instant we're out of the city gates.
Yeah.
No.
So I want to take a team of those Umber Hulks and sap Razia Tower while we're at it.
And by sap, he means dig up from underneath of it.
Yeah,
so
collapse from below.
Look at the map. Can we do that without disturbing the Undercity? Because I think this Undercity could be really helpful. So let's just look at this map so we know which direction we want those Umber Hulks to come from without.
I think necessarily it'll compromise some amount. It's just minimizing how much.
Okay.
So
Then-
So let's make sure that we take that information as if we decide to enact this plan.
As best we can.
Yeah.
All right, so I think the part of it that you're looking at then, because they didn't dig tunnels, like the tunnel you came through was an existent something that as the city was being rebuilt on top of itself, as the building collapsed or other things changed, that they would have used existent alleys or, water transfer systems to expand, open up, and then, in essence, repurpose. So you could look at the most likely streets that would lead most directly from one location to the next. And if you want to either memorize those or record those, roll it as an intelligence just to make a memory of what that is. And then you could use that information later once you're on, if they would name a similar street above it, something like that. But as far as to know what
I want to do that. I think that would be really helpful if we could use this information to get around, and if we could use this information to hurt both the tower and the library without revealing too much down here. So I don't know what roll intelligence meant. My intelligence is a 7 and I rolled a 7. So that means I did it
your
right.
intelligence can't be a 7. There's no way.
Well, that's a savings throw.
Yeah. No. Your actual plus next to your intelligence.
And I think what he's saying is that we can memorize it, and I think it's good, better than nothing, but we shouldn't rely on it because things might have changed, stuff collapsed.
I totally get that. It's not like the city's pristine down here, but at least it gives us an idea.
Yeah.
So you're just rolling not against a DC, but what your total modified number is as far as how accurate your memory is going to be.
Okay. I mean, should we all do that just to get a general idea?
Well.
So what are we doing? Do I
you
roll
already
it again?
did it. Yeah.
Oh, I already did it.
Ooh,
So you're-
natural 18
Excellent. So
for
you're-
an unnatural 20.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what was your total number, Zelen?
I don't know because I don't
So
understand.
You rolled a 7
Intelligence?
plus whatever your intelligence modifier
3.
is.
So
10.
10. There you go. Okay.
Yeah, and
works.
I've got a 13.
Got it. All right, thank you.
Matt
All right.
Boy got a 20.
Yeah, shocking.
Well done. Yeah, that makes sense.
Speaking of which, I didn't say it earlier, but I do go grab my 2 arrows that I shot because I don't want to lose those feathers.
Good thinking.
Oh, what are the chances on that?
I think it's 50-50.
You take a minute and you find half.
Oh, there you go.
Well, I think you're going to find them
I
because
say that they
everyone was a hit. They're
They
right
both went
there.
into stone, so I guess you're rolling to whether or not they're broken or if,
Right.
Yeah.
So you want a 1, 2, and 3 on this die. For how many arrows did you shoot?
2.
Just 2?
Oh, right. Did I do 2 or did I do 4?
You retrieved
did
one
2.
of them somehow out of a stone, and one shattered.
Okay.
But you can still get the feathers,
Yeah, I got
right?
the feathers back, so I have 15 intact now, and then extra feathers.
All right, so
I think we're good. Let's
Okay.
get out.
Is there any
That's
sort of
good.
thing that we can find that does lead us back that way? Because I know that we wanted to go see because they came from this way. We just want to go and see if we just at least walk until we find a dead end, or walk until we see like
The
that
plinths
looks
they were
bigger.
standing on.
Yeah, like that looks like okay, that's gonna be bigger or badder. We need to come back more prepared, kind of a thing.
as you're looking at the map and then where you are, and as you're making those thoughts and those comments, Jacob, about where these different, if there's other tunnels that are adjacent to this one, it looks up by the location of the map. The original Strom House, if that's what this is something of a hub. And so it makes sense that it is, Grand Central.
Okay.
That there's probably a number of different streets, honestly, alleyways, water transfer systems from the older city that were used and then remade, re-excavated to connect to this place where it wasn't really designed to be that way. But just looking at it in relation to, and the more you're looking at it, you are seeing the evidence of the various houses. And as you're looking at those, and Boris, you're probably pointing them out, this is Strom House here, there's Zolotus House right there, and looking at their individual heraldic symbols, you point to one of them and you say, okay, and there's Marek House, one of those original houses again. Zelen, when you see what he points out as being the Marek House, I want you to roll against your own intelligence right now. I have a DC. You're rolling a D20, adding your that 3 for your intelligence modifier to it.
So that's 19.
Nice.
You rolled
Nice.
16 originally?
Yeah.
Excellent. You remember seeing that, and not like sometime in the last few days being here. You remember this from almost like the time you were very young and starting to walk. You remember this as a deep, deep memory. You've seen that symbol before. And as you're remembering it, you're thinking to yourself, I think I know where that is. I think I can find this again. And unless you say something otherwise, you're probably going to start heading for the stairs to go back up.
So am I feeling compelled to go find it?
No, but it's such
okay.
a non-magical, but an intense curiosity because it's part of like the own chapter, the lost chapter of your youth.
Right.
When, from your own backstory, when you were first being brought to your grandmother's, that you had lived in Carnkelly as a little girl.
Right. So I know this symbol. I know this. I know this place.
Hey, if Zellen's getting the heebie-jeebies, I'm good with leaving too and coming back
And-
better equipped.
We've got our best equipment on right now.
I know,
I'm not
but-
sure what you're planning.
But even better,
I'm planning to go to an archery contest tomorrow.
Well,
We'll be alive.
You're planning on waiting an hour, so you've got the
tuned to
+1
the
armor
ring.
class.
Exactly.
You said it was Merrick House?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, yes, I said that.
What's their crest? Do I need to roll a siegecraft for that?
Well, you would just recognize it.
Okay.
It is the hatchings would be that of Azur, and it is an Azur throne that is sitting on a mountain that looks as though the mountain either has a circle around it, but even just the looking at it, it looks an awful lot like the Gate of the Ages with the throne of Indara on the
Yeah.
side of it.
Ooh.
Great big blue throne on a mountain. Yeah,
Right.
okay.
And that's the Merrick symbol. And that's why it stands out so much. You're like, Zelen, you're putting this together. Wait, I've been to the Gate of the Ages. I've seen the throne of Indara. And now you remember seeing this symbol here in the city.
Right. As a child.
Right.
All
So
right,
you're
yeah.
all
I wanna
heading
go
back
find it.
Yeah,
upstairs?
well, following her now at this
let's
point, yeah.
head out.
All right. So
we got to do something to disguise that door again, geting out on the road quietly.
I still have stealth going, don't
Oh,
I?
that's
It
right. We
goes
each
for
have
an
a-
hour.
for
How
an
long
hour.
does it
Yeah,
go?
just probably know the
you
good,
did
like,
take damage when we forgot to roll
Oh,
concentration.
yeah.
that's
So roll
right.
that's a con saving throw, isn't it?
Yeah, that for each time you got hit, it'd be 10 or half damage taken, whichever
And I think
is
10
greater.
was higher both times.
Makes sense.
So you're making a concentration.
I took
Constitution saving
a
Both
hit
are all
point.
4.
I took an 8. I took a hit of 8.
Yeah, so
Right,
10
right.
both times.
Yeah, so 2
roll
DC
that-
So
10
roll your
Constitution saving.
roll
throws.
that twice and add your constitution.
You were within
Oh,
10
that one's
feet of me,
perfect.
though.
so
17.
definitely got that one. 17. And 8 plus what's your con adjustment?
Should be better than 2, I
If
would
it's
hope.
2, you've made it. Right?
Yeah, and then
3.
yeah,
there you go.
got
and then
it.
a further plus
So your
4
concentration's still going.
because
plus
you
4.
were
Oh.
within
Oh.
10 feet of me.
Right, because Boris.
You made the thing.
So
You've
we
got
did
this
it. Okay,
spell.
So it's still
good.
going.
So we
Especially
still, so we still have stealth. Just which could be good.
Yeah.
Jacob, as you pause at the door, once everyone's exited, when you're back outside, and you're pushing it closed, and you're thinking, we've got to do something to kind of disguise that this door's been broken into, Zelen's already walking down the street.
Yeah, I figured she would just leave us here. No, I'll just continue to do whatever I can to make the door not look, because when daylight happens, it's going to be very obvious that this door got broken in.
Yeah.
So I think we want to disguise it.
She pauses at a corner and looks in like different directions, and then just turns the
Zelen,
corner
wait.
and starts going.
Okay, I will wait if he asks me
Okay.
to wait. Unless I'm not magically compelled.
No, you're not
So
magically
I
compelled.
might be like, come on.
You mean like how you always are at these?
Zelen drank caffeinated tea.
All
right.
sleepy.
You want
Yeah.
a?
Do you do
the
anything to
adrenaline
try
kicks
to
in for
hold the door
performing.
closed, Jacob? Or what do you do?
What would be the best roll you want for disguising the door to try and fix it to the point where it doesn't look broken, that it just stays closed?
Well, tell me how you would do that, and then I'll determine what the DC would be.
we had some boards on the other side. Can
we broke a
shift?
chunk out
Yeah,
of
we-
the door.
I know, but we had boards from the other side that we kind of smashed into the hole. Can
I'm
we?
gonna call the druid back over and ask her to cast mending. I asked Boris if he has any recommendations, because I don't know. Like, he broke
Short
the
of-
door, fix it.
Short of tacking a strip of leather over it, I've got nothing.
Yeah, I can't think of what you would do that would actually do something. So what the roll would be is going to be like, okay, if you roll a 30 on
Yeah.
something,
I'll take a moment
Zelen,
to just...
do you have the mending cantrip? Because that'd be convenient.
That, I don't know. Is it
No.
a druid cantrip, or is it?
It is, yeah.
Oh, well, dang. All right,
Yeah.
I'll just... I'll take a moment just to disguise it, to not try and fix it.
You
but
know
just-
what? I could cast plant growth if there's any kind of moss or roots or anything.
Just fill the gap with vines.
And just disguise it.
Well,
just fill it up.
Only do that if it would match any sort of an other area on this house. Because if there's just one area that has plants on it.
Overgrow.
Yes.
there have been
area.
different places at different parts of the city where there have been plants, like
Okay.
either in potted things
Yeah.
or a
I
vine
was-
grows out of things. But
I
I'm
was thinking
gonna
just
roll
getting
a
like scraps or
chance.
garbage or something like that leaning
are
up against the
here.
door to describe it that way. But if the plants would look better, then I would go with that one.
Zelen, high or low?
Hold on. Let me just make sure I can even do it.
Okay.
Hold, please.
I'm going to continue to theorize my one in
right,
case
go
yours
ahead.
doesn't work, which
Yes.
is just getting some
I'm
of
going
those...
to keep watch.
Yeah, getting some of those boards that were inside and just kind of leaning it up there to where it looks like not necessarily construction, but it kind of looks decrepit, but it doesn't look like the door's broken. It just looks like there's material that are out here, and what's behind the material is the broken door. So trying to arrange that in such a way where it looks normal, but
Okay,
it
do
doesn't
you
look
want high or low?
abnormal. I'll do high, but I'll only do that if she's not able to do her plant
Well,
growth thing.
okay,
Okay.
this is a 3rd level spell. So
Ooh,
it'll-
no.
Okay.
No. Well, actually, we're about to rest again, aren't we? Yeah, go for it. I think go for it, yeah.
We're apparently
Okay,
going
so
to
what's-
wander.
what's-
So, but
How
wait a
long
minute.
does it last?
Wait a minute. It's instantaneous. Saving throw is none. Spell resistant is none. It's just forever, I guess.
Yeah, you're looking at the wrong edition.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's the 3.5 edition. I
Oh, sorry.
queued on that from spell resistance.
Recognize all the. Yeah.
I pulled it up. Casting time is an action or 8 hours. Duration is instantaneous. Range 150 feet. This spell channels vitality into plants within a specific area. There are 2 possible uses, granting either immediate or long-term benefits. If you cast the spell as an action, choose a point within range. All normal plants within 100 feet of centered on that point become thick and overgrown. A creature moving through the area must spend 4 feet of movement for every 1 foot it moves. You can exclude 1 or more areas of any size from the spell's area of being affected. If you cast the spell over 8 hours, you enrich the land, making things more productive. Yeah, no, so cast an action, and it's like an obscure tangle mess.
Let's do both.
Is
Let's
it-
do
is it a
We don't
third
have
level-
8 hours.
Is it a 3rd level spell?
I meant,
on that?
I meant doing both my thing and just her
Yeah.
casting.
Yeah, sorry.
So to determine whether or not there's
it
enough
is
plants,
a 3rd level spell, yes.
enough plants around to do it, roll a percentile. But before you roll it, tell me you're going to go high or low. It's 20%. So you want to roll
Pick a random 20-minute select section.
that there's because it says it's existing plants. They're
Oh, if
with
there's
vitality.
any plants
Yeah,
around.
any plants are around it, right?
We'll bring some potted plants over from Roth House.
So 90,
Oh, no.
79?
Yeah.
I was 1 away from the top 20. Oh, no. All right, so we'll just do my my boards and all that. And
All right.
what role do you want for my disguising? You want to
This determines if there's actually like, are you taking stuff out of
taking
the actual?
stuff from inside and like leaning it up like there was construction being done? Just trying to disguise it so that way it doesn't look like the door's broken. It just looks like this door is just kind of crappy in this old house.
Roll it as a deception.
8.
They're definitely there.
Okay, cool.
Whether they draw more attention to it or if they take attention away from it,
Yeah.
that's a tough one to see.
Well, I hope that it's not more glaring than a broken door. And unless anyone else has anything else to do, we go back to Roth House to prepare for tomorrow.
No, we're going. I'm going someplace. Y'all can do what you want to do.
Are we splitting the party?
Why would we do that?
Well, I have to do things. It's already midnight.
Yeah, but you're an adventurer.
We did just take an 8 hours of sleep. All right, fine.
3 hours
This is
of
the
sleep.
best practice I'm getting with my bow anyway, since I haven't used it in forever. Let's go.
Find more things to kill. All right, so Zelen, I just rolled for you, and you decide on a direction. So it is not toward Roth House. You're just moving into a part of the city.
Yep.
All right, so, and you get to the next intersection.
And we still have our stealth stuff going.
Yes.
Yeah, that's an hour, you said?
And you hesitate less, and you turn a street corner. And again, you're walking. Boris, roll a perception.
Can do.
You get to the next street, and you're not even hesitating. You're just walking down that street.
11.
For a moment, you thought you saw, because I'm sure you're thinking like gargoyles. There have been a lot of things to look up. That you looked up, and you thought you saw there was a silhouette, or you would have seen like the moon's, the shadow of something in the moonlight on the street, and then it wasn't. And you looked up, and you thought you saw there was a head looking over a roof, and just like pulled back and disappeared that fast.
Be alert, potential hostiles.
And Zelen is now moving down one of the, it's not a minor street, but it's not the most major streets, but you all know the city enough to know that this will be teeing into that main street that goes up where the market is, north-south Spring Street. And
Are we
then
caring about stealth right now, or is she just kind of just going?
I think you're magically stealthed. I think that as you're moving that way, you're still very stealthy, because you guys made it, and then this is on top of that. from before.
Passive stealth.
Passive stealth,
plus
yeah.
10.
And again, she gets to a corner and doesn't even hesitate, turns a corner again. She's moving parallel to Spring Street, and she stops at what must be like a side door, a garden door to a house. It's right near where you would get into Spring Street, and there is a relief structure on this house. And you can see that the relief is what is tantamount to a stylized map, like it was made into a stone door on the side of this garden wall. And you stop at this, Zelen, because you can see that whoever that was that had taken you, those salt merchants that had taken you to this city, at some point must have brought you to this place, to this door, to look at it. Maybe you went inside, you're not even sure. But on this, you're picking out, Jacob, right away that, yes, there is the Garnsdale Park, there most definitely is the Ark Palace. And then where the Veda Library should be, that there is a symbol in Kremlin that reads as mission.
Thanks for listening. Connect with us on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at The Empire's Edge. If you'd like to support the podcast, check out our Subscribe Star at subscribestar.com/the-Empire's-Edge.
Welcome. We have reached... Did you toot?
No, as soon as we gave the thumbs up. As soon as we gave the thumbs up, Sue went,
I leaned over. I know.
It didn't
and I
matter.
heard you through the headphones, not the mic.
I felt it through my knees.
I thought we had a minor earthquake.
I tried.
I didn't know Shrek was guest starring on this episode.
Somebody
All hail our Green Lord and Savior.
Zelen speak.
I was
Sorry.
speaking the trees, and the trees say, blah.
Speaking of Zelen,
I had to burp.
I'm actually crying.
I don't have my character sheet open yet. Hold on.